So, freedom for everybody or freedom for nobody. His alleged crime is offering encrypted communication services to everybody, including those who engage in illegality or just anger the powers that be. But secure communications are a feature, not a bug, for most people who live in a world in which global freedom declined for the 18th consecutive year in 2023. So it's been downhill since 2005 worldwide. That's not good. Telegram and other encrypted messaging services are crucial for those intending to organize protests in countries where there's a severe crackdown on free speech. Myanmar, Belarus, and Hong Kong have all seen people relying on these services. If bad people occasionally use encrypted apps such as Telegram, they use phones, and they also use postal services. They use shoes, they use guns, they use the mail service, they use a lot of other things too. There's no way to offer security to one group without offering it to everyone. And cops and feds often complain that that means they can go dark, but that just means they need to do more traditional police work like they've always been able to do. You don't get a massive ability to just warrantlessly spy on everyone. So, given that Telegram was founded by a free speech champion who fled his home country after refusing to monitor and censor speech for the authorities, it's very easy to suspect that Pavel Durov has run afoul of authoritarians operating under a different flag, in this case, the French flag instead of Russia. It's sad that they're making themselves just like Russia. No matter the protestations of French President Emmanuel Macron, that they arrest is in no way a political decision, and that France is, quote, deeply committed to the freedom of expression and communication. This is some Orwellian doublespeak. You cannot say that it's not political and that you're committed to freedom of expression when you arrest someone for offering freedom of expression. So this is the same Macron who, after all, last year, after the riots he insisted were coordinated online, huffed, "We have to think about social networks and the bans we'll have to put in place. When things get out of control, we might need to be able to regulate or cut them off." And folks, this is how authoritarianism creeps in. It's always under the guise of an emergency that your rights need to be suspended. And when you incentivize something, you get more of it. And so when you give someone power to cut things off or to take away your freedoms only in an emergency, you're going to start seeing more emergencies. We saw that with COVID. Suddenly, everything was an emergency that required the ongoing renewals of emergency powers 2-3 years after the COVID emergency powers. So more recently, free speech groups objected to European Union threats to censor political content on X, specifically an interview with Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. So they threw a big hissy fit. The EU unelected bureaucrats said that, well, we think that it should be illegal that Elon Musk interviewed, the leading presidential candidate for the Republican Party, that half the country might vote for. That's a threat to democracy.